Hi guys, Jim Archeco here. A little brisk out here today on Toolbox Tuesday, but we're going to show you a little bit about nail guns today. Talk about a couple of different kinds. In my hand here, we have framing guns. These framing guns that I have in my hand are pneumatic framing guns. They work on air, so you'll need a compressor and a hose. These nail guns shoot a larger nail. Like I said, they're framing guns, so they're more for framing. You can shoot anywhere from a 3-inch nail all the way down to a 2-inch nail with them. There's some safety features on them. You can't just pull the trigger and then go off when they're hooked up to the compressor. You actually have to depress the head and pull the trigger. You can have some bump action too, but really the safety feature is in the head there, right here, as it depresses. That'll allow the nail to shoot. So these are your basic framing guns that run on air. We also have come a long way with nail guns, and we're able to have battery operated framing guns that have a 20-volt battery that just goes right in, and these are very good if you just need to shoot a couple of nails. I wouldn't recommend framing a whole house with them, but they are a little slower, but they're very handy because you don't need to drag out your compressor or your hose if you just got to shoot a couple of nails. Tight spots they're a little better for as well. And this is just basically load and go. Your battery's charged, you put your nails in, and you're ready to go. You don't need anything else. And these price range for these is a little more. You know, like this gun in my hand right here is probably about $350 probably. But you can get some other models that are a little cheaper. So from there, we have other guns that we use on a regular basis. So if I come down to here, this right here is what all the roofers use. This is a standard roofing gun. This is a little bit of an older model of a Bosch stick. So it has your roofing nails right in here coiled up, and it is also pneumatic, so it has to run on a compressor, and it's basically got the same safety feature. Won't go off when you pull the trigger. It needs to have bump action right here, but it allows you to hold the trigger down and go really fast when you're roofing. So this is how all your roofs are put on, and this is just a basic pneumatic roofing nailer. Now you guys might have seen this in the picture and say, well, what is this funky looking thing? This is a pneumatic hardwood floor nailer. Now it'll shoot a cleat nail, or some of them shoot staples. This one happens to shoot a cleat nail. And what it has is it has a surface here which lays on the hardwood floor, and then you butt it up here and it's bump action. So it's on the floor, and then you take a mallet and you hit this, and it allows the nail to drive into the hardwood floor in the tongues so that you don't see the nail. And that nail goes about every 6 to 8 inches on that floor to hold it in place. So this is a hardwood floor nail gun, and if you're a do-it-yourself, or you can pick one up at like a Harbor Freight or Home Depot for about $199. Some models can get all the way up to the $399, $400 range, depending on quality. But some of these, like this one, is a good, affordable gun itself. So our most commonly used guns are basically the framing nailers, and then what we have over here. These are our pinners. This is what's called an 18 gauge pinner, and it holds little brad nails, like so, right in the chamber here. And depending on what gun you have, you can go anywhere from 3/4 up until about 2.5 inches. This is also a pneumatic gun, runs on a compressor, and this is what you would use for trimming things out like doors and windows and baseboard. And this is a 18 gauge. There's also 16 gauges available, which is a little thicker of a nail, which allows you to put up, you know, 3/4 stuff that's a little thicker, something you need a little beefier nail for. This is really a go-to gun when you're doing interior trim and pretty much anything in the interior that you want to hold up, you know. We also have a couple of battery operated models. This happens to be a DeWalt model, and it is a 16 gauge gun. It shoots a little bit of a bigger nail, but you don't need the compressor. So when you're only shooting a few nails, or you need a quick nail somewhere, it's easy to grab a battery operated and get it there. Great for doing window replacement and putting trim back and not having to lug a compressor room to room. So we have a couple of different models of this. This, like I said, is the 16 gauge gun. Over here is a Ryobi that is a 18 gauge gun, and it's the same concept. You know, battery goes in, trigger works, depress action. And these are more of a homeowner gun. They're a little more affordable, and they're a really great quality gun. Lastly, we have a crown stapler. And this is great. It's a little crown staple, battery operated, shoots it right through. Battery life on these are great. Power's great. They've come a long way with stuff like that. And this crown stapler is good for any kind of project, like using luans or plywoods, even carpet, anything you may need to use a crown staple for, crafty stuff. This is a good gun to have. And now these range, like this one right here, this pinner is probably about $100 usually on the big sale after Thanksgiving, and this one is roughly 120 bucks. So, you know, you can get a lot of good equipment at an affordable price if you shop around and expand your tool library with things that you may or may not use, you know. So if you have any questions, let us know. I can answer them. If you're in the market for any kind of nail gun or would like some more information or would like to see a demonstration, we can give a demonstration a little later. So thank you for checking Toolbox Tuesday out today. We'll see you next week, and always remember, if you need to list a house, if you need to buy a house, or you need a home renovation, give us a call at 299-1112, or please visit our website at wefixitandwelistit.com. Thank you very much, guys. We'll see you next week.